Hi, I'm Rachel from Pennsylvania, and I'm Amish. Please like and subscribe. The Amish community believes in a simpler lifestyle than the rest of the modern world, and this is reflected in our clothes and our simple ways of living. Some of us don't even have cell phones in the 21st century, including me. But I was always curious about the world and wanted to experience everything. Once when I was 5, I found a lost doll on my way to school, and in our culture, dolls aren't supposed to have faces, but this one did. I was thrilled to find it and took it to school with me. But as soon as I took it out of my bag, the kids screamed.
OMG, a doll with a face! Where did you get this thing from? I guess it belongs to some tourist who must have visited the area, and so you stole it from her?
No, she forgot, and just then the teacher came running. She took the doll from my hands and tossed it into the dustbin. But I wasn't giving up so easily. After school, I snuck into the classroom and took the doll out of the bin. And then I heard the teacher's voice. "What do you think you're doing?" The teacher took me to the principal, and soon the news spread across the town that I was evil. But my parents didn't care.
I'm so sorry, Mom and Dad. I caused you trouble.
Oh, it's okay, honey. We know that you're a good girl who is just curious about things. You don't have to be sorry about anything, love. And then she hugged me real tight, but no one else liked me after that. Not much changed until I turned 16, and then it got worse. Because this was the age that girls in the community started getting married, and I didn't want to. I was confident no one would ask for my hand in marriage since everyone thought I was evil. But to my horror, it happened. One day I had some guests over, and my parents told me, "Oh dear, Jim has decided that he wants to marry you, and even we think you both are a great match. So, what do you say?" Say? I didn't know what to say. I pulled the guy aside and asked him to say no. "No, I can't do that." "What? Are you crazy? They'll get us married if you don't." "That's what I want, Rachel. I've been in love with you ever since I saw you, and Rachel, stop. Please listen to me." He was a sore loser, and I didn't want to marry someone like him. I tried to talk to my parents, but they said it was for the best. Really? Now I had no option but to run away. I left home and kept running until I reached the main road, and there I saw a bus approaching me. The bus stopped and some kids got down, and that's when I saw the most shocking thing. A girl, just like me, was standing right in front of me. What the freaking pigeon? She looked just as shocked and walked towards me. Wow, you look just like me. That's so amazing. I'm Lindsay. What's your name? I'm Rachel. Well, Rachel, your clothes? They look so cool. Where did you get them from? I don't know why, but I told her my entire life story. And suddenly, Lindsay smiled at me and told me this crazy idea. "Rachel, do you want to trade places with me?" "What?" "Well, I want to see your community, and maybe I'll get some time off my stupid life, and you get to live the life you want out there." Well, I was speechless. I was really scared to do it, but when I thought about the marriage proposal waiting for me at home, I said yes. Rachel and I exchanged our clothes, and it felt so different. All these colors on my body were crazy. Suddenly the bus honked, and Lindsay told me to get on it. She hugged me and said goodbye, and ran back towards the direction I pointed her to. I got on the bus, and it was all so weird. All the kids were calling me Lindy, and she seemed to be a super popular girl. But then suddenly a girl came to me and slapped my face really hard. What the heck? "This is the last time you kiss my boyfriend. You hear me?" Her what? I was in shock. I'd never kissed anyone. But then I realized probably Lindsay did. I didn't know what to do, so I just went to the back and sat there. When we reached the school, a lady standing by a car waved at me. "Lindsay, how dare you go on this trip without informing me? And why are all your teachers telling me you're a brat?" That's enough. Not another word from you. I'm taking away your phone, young lady." "My phone? I don't have a phone." Lindsay probably took it with her, and her mom looked furious now. She asked me to get into the car, and just as we reached home, she said, You sneaked out when you were grounded, and now I'm extending your punishment. You're not leaving this house for another week.
OMG, this was like back to where I started from.
Lindsay's mom sent me to her room, which was mine now, and this room was full of things I've never seen in my life. A TV, a computer, a closet full of colorful clothes. This place was heaven. And then I jumped onto her super soft bed and fell asleep. Suddenly, I felt like I was kissing someone in my dream. But I screamed my lungs out when I realized it wasn't a dream. There was a boy in my room kissing me. He tried to hush me and said in a low whisper,
"Why are you screaming? It's me, Toby, your boyfriend."
Boyfriend? Lindsay betrayed her boyfriend and kissed some other guy? She was really something. Suddenly he came closer, and I could even see in the dark how handsome he was. But what are you doing here this late?
I come here every day ever since you've been grounded, remember? What's wrong with you, babe?
He touched my forehead so gently, I couldn't help but melt a little. Then he took out a beautiful necklace from his pocket.
I bought this to mark our first month together. Shall I put it on you?
He was doing all this for Lindsay, who betrayed him for some other guy? For a moment, I started to hate her. I decided I was going to tell him that I wasn't Lindsay. But just then, I heard her mom walking upstairs.
Lindsay, I heard some noises. Are you okay?
Toby and I looked at each other, super scared, but he quickly ran out of the window, and both of our butts were saved.
Were you talking to someone?
No, of course not. I don't even have my phone on me. I left it on the field trip, remember? She looked at me suspiciously and then went away. A few days passed, and I was just stuck at home. All thanks to Lindsay, the brat. But thank God for Toby, who visited me every day, and every time I wanted to tell him the truth. But I was afraid he'd get mad and stop seeing me. One night when he dropped by, he got up to leave after 20 minutes. I asked him why, and he said,
"Babe, I play volleyball at the beach every Saturday night, remember?"
The freaking beach? I leapt up excitedly and said I wanted to go with him. He looked really surprised.
But you hate the beach, and the sand, and volleyball. And you also hate my friends, and never want to hang out with them?
Wow, what was wrong with Lindsay? Oh, I guess I've just been cooped up for so long. I really just want to go out. He looked super happy, and we both snuck out the window. I had to stop myself from gasping when I saw the sea for the first time. It was so beautiful. I had an amazing time with his friends, and after his game, we took a moonlit walk on the beach. I closed my eyes to feel the wind in my hair, and when I opened them, I saw Toby looking at me curiously. He stopped and took my hand.
"Lindsay, I don't know what it is, but something about you has changed. You're enjoying all these things you never do with me, and you even look different. I haven't seen you much without makeup, and I have to say, you're even prettier this way."
And with that, he pulled me in close and kissed me, and I just couldn't help kissing him back, even though I felt so guilty. I'd been so caught up with Toby, I hadn't even thought that much about Lindsay, and I decided to check up on her. I sneaked into her mom's bedroom one evening and took her cell phone. I found Lindsay's contact there and called her, but she just cut my call. I tried again, and she kept rejecting it. Ugh, this girl! Then I sent her a text message saying it was me, Rachel, and then she replied with a picture. What? No, this girl was insane. Suddenly, I turned around to find Lindsay's mom standing right behind me.
You're not Lindsay, are you?
What? How did she know that? Suddenly, she put her hands around my face.
You guys look so alike. I can't even tell you apart.
What are you talking about? Do you know who I am? And who are you?
My name is Sabrina. I grew up in an Amish community, but I never felt connected to anyone in it except for my sister, your mother.
She was my mom's sister?
At the age of 20, I got pregnant with twins, and I knew my sister could never have any children. So before leaving town, I gave you to her.
Wait, what? So you're my mother?
Yes, but that doesn't mean my sister isn't. She loves you more than me, I'm sure.
Well, of course she does. She didn't leave me like you did. And you're a terrible woman. I can't believe you abandoned me and thought of only yourself. I hate you. I just got up and ran out of there like crazy. It was raining heavily, and I kept running until I bumped into someone. Toby!
Lindsay, are you okay? What happened?
I was so out of breath, I couldn't speak. I started to cry, and Toby hugged me tight and took me to his home. After some time, he gave me some hot chocolate to drink, and while I was drying myself by the fireplace, Toby came and hugged me from behind.
Lindsay, it's okay if you don't want to tell me anything, but I want you to know that I'm falling in...
Toby, stop! I turned around and he looked confused.
Is everything okay?
No, it's not. I'm not Lindsay. I told him everything about the switch and even that Lindsay cheated on him. You're a good guy, Toby, and you deserve so much better. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. Toby stood there stunned. I hugged him tight and left. It was almost dawn, and I decided I was going to go back and stop Lindsay from ruining her life. But just then, a car stopped in front of me, and Sabrina jumped out.
Rachel,
there isn't a day that I haven't thought about you. It was really tough for me, but I don't regret what I did. My sister is a very good human being, and she deserved happiness. And you, tell me, would you give her up as your mother? Suddenly, I realized that she was right. My mother was amazing. And I was so wrong to leave her like that. I turned to Sabrina. We have to leave now. Lindsay is getting married. She drove with the speed of light, and when we got to the farm, I ran to my house, and there, I saw Lindsay kissing Jim in the front yard. Lindsay, stop! Are you crazy? Jim looked at me like he'd seen a ghost and ran away like crazy.
Everyone was right. You're a witch. A witch!
What are you doing here? And Mom, I swear I didn't do it. It was Rachel's idea to switch places. No, it wasn't. You've got to stop with these lies and stupid things that you do. I can't believe we're sisters. We're what? Sabrina told her everything as she stood there in complete disbelief. Just then, Mom came out and hugged Sabrina. Oh, sis, it's been so long. I missed you so much. And then she turned to me and pulled me close. Rachel, my child, I heard everything, and I'm so sorry, honey. I should have told you that I'm not your mom. No, you are. You are my mom, and I love you. I shouldn't have fled without telling you. I like my life with you and Dad, but Mom, I just wanted to see more. You were always a curious one. Sweetheart, if that's what you want to do, you can have it. And there will always be a home for you here to come back to. As I hugged Mom tight, suddenly Lindsay let out a loud squeal. OMG, Toby, baby, what are you doing here? Did you come all this way for me? He gently pushed her aside.
No, I didn't, Lindsay. We're over. You can kiss or marry whoever you want.
He pulled me to the side and said,
I came here for you. You didn't let me finish my sentence earlier. I wanted to tell you that I'm falling in love with you. With you, Rachel. And if you're moving to the city, I'd love to ask you out on a proper date.
I'd really like that. And I love you too,
I have 3 sisters, and Rita is the cruelest of them. One time, she tied my younger sister Layla to a pole in our barn and put meat on the ground to attract predators. I found her the next morning disturbed and crying. She said, "A coyote came in here and I had to fight him off with a stick. Why would Rita do this to me?" Because she's a monster. Just imagine a mountain lion had found you. Then you'd be dead now. Poor Layla was too kind for this world. Quite unlike my 4th sister, Sissy. She's my dad's favorite child because she's so pretty, even though she often stole money from him and constantly made up lies like, "Daddy, someone stole my dress and now it's gone. What shall I do?" "Oh, my poor little princess. How much money do you need to buy a new one?" "Oh, I saw a beautiful dress yesterday, but it costs $200. Can we afford that?" "Of course we can. You know I want you to be happy." I hated Sissy so much. I constantly thought about strangling her. And on Christmas Eve, she got a beautiful Barbie doll while I only got an inflatable mattress. Worst gift ever. I was so mad that I sneaked into her room at night and cut Barbie's head off with a knife. Of course, when she told Dad about it, he screamed at us, "Who destroyed Sissy's Barbie doll?" No one admitted to the crime. So he took away the Christmas gifts of all 3 of us and threw them in the trash. Anyway, a few years later, my cute classmate Steve came over so we could study together. But then my sisters saw him, and Rita said, "You are so handsome. Are you my sister's boyfriend?" "No, we're just doing a team project."
Really?
So, you are still looking for a girlfriend? Because I'm available at the moment. I freaked out, screaming, "Leave him alone, sissy, you shameless whore!" But it was hopeless. She looked him in the eyes and said, "I've never kissed a boy before," while stroking his chest. I was about to rip her head off, but Rita beat me to it and threw her to the ground, screaming, "Go away, or I'm gonna break your pretty face!" Meanwhile, I used my chance to pull Steve into my room. I didn't have much time and asked, "Do you find me attractive?" He was too shy to respond, so I went ahead and just kissed him. Luckily, soon after, we even became a couple, and I finally felt like the most badass of my 3 sisters. But guess what Sissy did? She wrote Steve's older brother a message on Facebook, asking him out on a date, even though he was 8 years older than her. But it doesn't surprise me. Sissy has always been a shameless tramp. I don't want to know what she did to seduce him, but at least Dad wasn't happy when she brought her boyfriend home. He said, "He is too old for you. Why can't you date someone your age?" "But Daddy, I'm not your little girl anymore. I'm growing up." My dad was speechless, and then Sissy walked over to me, saying, "Sister, isn't it cool that we are dating brothers? Even though mine is much hotter than yours." Did you know he already graduated from college? I gotta admit, her boyfriend was cooler than mine, but then I did some research and found out he had been kicked off his high school for drug use. I immediately told Dad about it, and he got so scared for his little princess Sissy that he completely forbid her from seeing him anymore. I told her, "Oops, seems like it's over between you and your boyfriend. I wonder how that happened." Well, it's a bit annoying, but at least I know that once I'm an adult, I can always find a hotter boyfriend than you. I tried to ignore her comment, but it stuck with me for years. And when she turned 20, she sent me a photo of her and some B-class actor she was dating. She wanted to make me jealous, and it worked. But I didn't give up and also started dating someone. Maybe my boyfriend was just a normal guy, but I knew we could have a better relationship than Sissy if we just put in enough effort. So I chose tango dancing as a hobby for us. And just 2 years later, we won our first small tournament. It gave me enough confidence to finally meet up with Sissy and her perfect boyfriend. Of course, she talked non-stop about their good life and fancy vacations. But when she asked me, "So what is your boyfriend doing?" I just looked at Marcus and said, "I don't really care, but he is a hell of a good lover." We started giggling and he gave me a kiss. Well, it's cute that you don't care about material things, but if you want to come visit us this weekend, let me know. Our house has 6 bedrooms and a great view of Los Angeles. Oh, I'm sorry, but we already made plans. You two? Like what? Oh, sister, why are you so interested in my life? Well, my boyfriend and I go tango dancing this weekend. By the way, do you two have any hobbies? Of course, we go to the gym together all the time. Really? You don't look that fit, to be honest. That's when her boyfriend said, "Yeah, she actually prefers eating Cheetos on the couch." I burst out laughing while Sissy gave her boyfriend the death stare. It was so funny, but today I honestly don't care anymore. I just wish her the best.